All right. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing today? This is part two. Get ready for takeoff because we're flying the territory of why nobody wants to work anymore. And like I said, people just don't want to work. So we're going to talk about why that is. Michael Ormsby of the Debt Company posted a post on Facebook, and I read it. It's a public posting, so he's trying to get the message out there, and I totally agree with him, and he's not alone. So, Michael, this is part two, and anyone else watching, like the Roast Ready Mix, any other employer that's out there struggling, let me take you to something I posted. Let's see. It's probably on my page. Let's go to my page here. I posted something, and I'm going to show you something. Now, there's a YouTuber that I watch. He made a video about how much money he actually made. And he only had a little under 12,000 subs. Now he's got 70,000. So I want you to keep that in mind. I'm going to... here it is. Okay. I'm going to show you a picture. This guy, his name is Jack Morgan, RLP, for Red Leather Podcast. Now, when I talked about how social media is changing the landscape and why people don't want to work, it's not that they don't want to work, they're just not working for you. They're not breaking their backs. No offense to Michael and his debt company. No offense to Roast Ready Mix. I'm just letting you know what you're up against. What's happening is a unique paradigm shift. It's not so much as a labor shortage as it might be. Also, not only is there a labor shortage, but a labor shift. And as far as the labor shortage goes, there are other factors. Michael and Carmen Darren of the Roast Ready Mix, and anyone else who's listening, there are other factors. I'm going to go over them real quick before we get into what I'm about to show you. Real quick. Number one on the list, we've had a low birth rate. Now, my mom, she was growing up, she had 8 brothers and sisters. We had a baby boom. That's a historical fact. You also have to take into consideration we had a healthier population back then. So back in the day, when me and Michael and Darren and Carm, we're all roughly the same age. We're all in our 50s, right? So we were all growing up. We grew up with our parents having 8 brothers and sisters. My mom had 8 brothers and sisters. Kind of like the Waltons, right? Well, the families shrunk as the years went by. Now, in the 90s, it went to 1.5 kids. Now we are in the DINK, double income, no kids. We're in the negative. They're talking about a population collapse. That's a real thing. You can Google search that. Then you have abortions. That's 70 million babies that, well, they're not making burgers. They're not construction workers. They're not fixing our roads and our bridges. That's 70 million people gone. Not just abortion, but just not being born. We're not having kids to replace all the baby boomers and all the Gen Xers who are getting ready to leave the workforce. Yeah, that's a real thing. So we are building these restaurants, we're building these buildings, but there's no people to put in them because we haven't gotten to the concept of we're just not having babies. That's why teachers are being laid off. Schools are shrinking. I don't know how bad it is in Marshfield that the student population may be on the decline. It's nationwide, it's on the decline. And so I don't know how bad it is here, but we're just not having babies like we were. And so those kids aren't there to replace the Gen Xers and the boomers. So we don't have this big pool of candidates to pick from in the labor market. There's no pool. They haven't been born. They don't exist. we have a population shrinkage. It used to be we had a big baby boom and we had a bunch of people at the bottom paying for the people on the top. It's a Ponzi scheme. Now it's upside down. We got all these boomers on the top who expect their retirement, their pensions, they expect their retirement accounts, everything. And so what's happening is we don't have enough people on the bottom to pay for the people on the top. Our taxes are going up. We got inflation it's skyrocketing because we have to print money to pay for all the entitlement programs that we've gotten so used to because we don't have enough taxpayers. Yeah. So, Michael, I know you're having problems. I just wanted you to see what one of them is. One of them is a population decline. The reason you can't find workers is because they're not there. They don't even exist. They haven't been born. That's part of it. Look it up. Jeremiah, you're full of shit. No, look it up. Population decline, it's a real thing. Secondly, we have an obesity epidemic. Half the country is morbidly obese. So Michael and Carm and Darren and anyone else that's watching, we're not even healthy enough to go to work. Have you been to the grocery store lately? We have a Walmart here in town. Have you been there lately? I walked in there and there was a lot of people on carts. Younger than me on these little go-karts. I'm 57. And I'm thinking we're headed for a Wall-E situation where a lot of the country is unhealthy and we're obese. We're on all kinds of medication. So we're not even healthy enough to go to work. Even the employees, some of the employees at Walmart are morbidly obese, can barely get around. This one guy, he was a huffing and a puffing. He was breathing really heavy. Like he could just barely sweep the floors. And I'm going, oh my gosh. I was thinking this, oh my God. And so that's kind of what inspired me to make this video. So this could be, like I said, we're breaking this up into parts. I don't care how many parts it's going to be a series before this is over because this is such a huge topic. And now I'm going in more depth on what's going on. We're going to focus on social media, but I just want you to, we're going over the other causes real quick. So we have an obesity epidemic. Not just obesity, but our health in general. We're popping all kinds of pills. Most of the pharmaceuticals are sold in the United States. Look it up. Do a Google search. Who consumes the most medication? It's the United States. That's a fact. You can search it yourself. You don't need me to tell you. Do a Google search. Do some homework. So, Michael or whoever's listening, do your homework. Jeremiah, you're full of crap. Really? Look it up. Go to your grocery store. I'm serious. I know that Carm and Darren live here in Marshfield, so I know they've probably been to the local Walmart. They've seen it. Yeah, do your homework. I mean, come on. That's part of the labor shortage. That's one of the reasons that you can't find employees. It just is. Yeah, now for what you come here for. This is the part you've been waiting for. I've been trying to build it up because I wanted to go over the other causes. There are more, but like disenfranchisement, but we need to go to this one. This is the one we're going to talk about in depth. Why we can't find workers. Why there's a paradigm shift. A labor shift. Okay, let's show you the screen. I hope you can see it. I'm going to hold it up to the screen. Can you see that? Okay. This guy's got like a little under 12,000 subscribers. But you look at the income. It's $3,300, right? You're seeing that on the screen. Okay. Snap a picture of that. Get yourself a screenshot. Got your screenshot? Whoops. All right. Keep that in mind. All right, you wrote it down, you got your screenshot, whatever. I don't have StreamYard yet to do the picture-in-picture, but anyway, that is one of the causes of the labor shortage. That right there, social media. This guy has on YouTube just a little under 12,000 subs. Now, he claims he made $3,300 in 1 month. Now, mind you, that $3,300 is just from AdSense. That's right. That's strictly for monetization. That's not counting all the other streams of revenue that he could be making on his YouTube channel. I said social media is causing a labor shortage. Me doing this right here, right now with you, once I build up my audience, I'm going to be just like him. I hope to be. He inspires me because I don't want to get up and go to work 8 hours a day in the hot sun doing construction work, working on roofs, tearing up my body and my health. Screw that. I don't want to do that. No, I don't. I've been working part-time now for the last 10 years, and I'm enjoying it. I've had a work-life balance for the last decade, something that most Americans haven't even achieved. Some of us have. I've achieved a work-life balance. I only work 35 hours a week, and I'm doing just fine. I'm doing okay. And I'm able to put money in the savings account on top of that. And be able to have money for this microphone, for this spinning UFO, for this wooden airplane back here, for this studio, for these lights, for the cameras that I use. I'm using an iPad for this with a microphone attached and studio lights. That's all I'm using. That's it. And I'm not using but the iPad's like a $400 iPad. Yeah, it's the 9th generation, so you can probably get it for $300 or $400. Easy. Yeah. It's easy to make videos. So this is a cause of the labor shortage, is social media. How? Look at this guy, Jack Morgan, right? $3,300, and that's just from AdSense. You may say, why should anybody want to work? I can't find employees. Well, this is one of the reasons you can't find employees. Why should they come and work for you? Why would they want to show up, work in the hot sun, work in extreme weather, whether if it's construction, whether it's plumbing or whatever? Why would they? Now, take Jack here, $3,300. That's just from AdSense. See, you may think only a small percentage make it, become rich and famous. Well, maybe Jack's goal isn't to become rich and famous. Jack, here, I just showed you, a few months ago was a waiter. Now he's got 70,000 subscribers. So that $3,300, multiply that by 5. Because he went from that time that was posted, a little under 12,000 to 70,000. That's a 5-fold increase. So if you translate that 3,300 just from AdSense, now he's got 70,000 subs. He's probably making closer to 16 grand in a month just from AdSense. That's not including if he's got a personal website where he's selling a product like a real estate program. He doesn't, but if he did, like Grant Cardone, there's another stream of revenue. Think about that. If you set up a website, even if you only have a few thousand subs, and you sell some kind of a money-making program for $500 a pop, how many of those programs do you have to sell to make a good living? One a week? Think about the numbers. Just think about, it's all based on percentages. So if you have a personal website, you can sell anything, your own products. So another thing that you could be doing, another stream of revenue, on top of AdSense, a personal website, man, if he had a personal website, that 3,300, and let's say he was selling 2 programs a week, package deals, that's $1,000 a week. On top of the 3,300 he's making from AdSense, you do the math. If he sold just 1 a week, that's $2,000 a month. On top of the 3,300, so now we're up to 5,000. That's just selling one $500 program in a week. Despite the thousands of views he gets, he just needs to sell 1, just 1. He can quit his job as a waiter, which he did. So he's taken out of the workforce. He's not working hard. He's working smart. It's not just AdSense, but he's got a personal website. Now, I'm not saying Jack has a personal website yet, but he could. He might in the future, where he can sell some kind of money, like Grant Cardone, money-making program, which anybody can do now. I'm looking into doing that myself, because my dad's looking into several programs. I was like, I need to find one that I can sell on a personal website and market it and use this, what I'm doing right here. I just need to sell 1 a week. That's it. 1. That's a $500 program, which through the internet, there's nothing for me to mail out because it's all streamed and it's all downloaded. You pay for the download and you download it. I don't even have to ship anything. So not only you're making money from AdSense, but you're making money for your personal website, selling what it is, your books. You don't go through Amazon. That sucks. But yeah, on top of that, like I said, Jack is monetized. That's the AdSense, 3,300. Now he's selling 1 program a week. Now he's making $5,000. He could. I'm just saying there's potential. What if you structure it right? You could be like him. You'll make money through AdSense. You'll make money through your personal website. Now, you have, on top of that, you can have a merch store through Teespring and companies like them. You can sell t-shirts, hats, hoodies, coffee mugs. If you sold 1 t-shirt a day, just 1, at $30 a pop. If you are a waiter or a waitress at IHOP, how many t-shirts do you need to sell in a week? 1 a day? That's $30 a day. You may think, well, that ain't much. Yeah, but that's $30. Minus what Teespring takes out, and you'll probably make maybe $5 or $10 on the whole deal when it's all said and done. But that's let's say it's $10. You're going to make 10 out of 30 when it's all said and done and everybody takes out. You make $10 on every sale, profit. Even if you sell 1 t-shirt a day, 1 coffee mug a day, that's $10 a day that you did not have. On top of your AdSense, on top of your personal website, through your merch store. Just 1. You may think that's nothing, but that's $10 you didn't have. Why should the waitress go to work at IHOP every morning? Why should she? Again, then when you start live streaming, here is another stream of revenue, is super chats. You ever watch somebody on YouTube when they're live streaming, you see a $5 super chat, $10 super chat. Now YouTube takes 30% of that. So if you count for taxes and all, you cut the super chats in half. Let's say a guy goes live and he goes live for, say, 2 hours. And those 2 hours, he's generated probably $300 in super chats altogether. $300 in 2 hours. Where can you go to work? Is Walmart going to pay that? No. Is McDonald's going to pay that? No. So you do your super chats. You got a lot of young people watching this happen on YouTube or Twitch or whatever platform they're on, right? Even on Facebook, I'm monetized. You can give me stars. Did you know that? That costs money. I get a percentage of that. When this video goes on Facebook, you can give me stars. That's a fact. So think about how much you're making. Now you're through Super Chats. So why should these young people come to work for you? They're not going to. They're influenced by what they see on social media. They're going, my job sucks. My boss treats me like crap. I don't hardly get paid enough to pay my rent. Rent's going through the roof. Groceries are going through the roof. Car insurance is really going up. So these young people are seeing their friends make money. And they're going, I got to do that too. So their work ethic is gone. So listen to me. Hey, Michael, I get you. But I'm letting you know what's going on. This just in the area of social media. What's happening out there? Why you can't get, not just Michael Ormsby, but anybody who's having trouble hiring people. This is what's happening. There's a paradigm shift. And in a few years, people like Michael may not exist. I'm sure he puts out good work. But we're living in an age where a person can make more money doing this right here than a person who gets up and goes to work at Roast Ready Mix, gets up and goes to work putting on a roof, fixing a road or a bridge. Dr. Phil talked about that on his show. So, again, through Super Chats, think about it. Kids sitting back there watching this guy make. There's another Super Chat, $20 Super Chat, $50 Super Chat. Oh, my job sucks. I hate my job at McDonald's. I hate my job at Walmart. My boss treats me like crap. And they're thinking that. A bell is going off in their head. They're watching their friends do this, and I want to do this too. Did you know right now, just on the YouTube platform, there are 113 million active YouTube channels? Look it up. I asked my Bing Copilot, how many, it said there's 113 million active, it stressed the word active, YouTube channels. 113 million of them. Now you may say, only a handful make it, but see, you're not there to get rich and famous. All you have to do is make enough to not work. That's the point I want to drive home. Even if you just made a little bit, just sold 1 or 2 t-shirts a day, made maybe $100 a day on Super Chats, plus your website, your monetization, why should they work for you? They're not going to. This is what you're up against. You are up against social media. It's your biggest enemy. Social media is enemy number 1 to any employer out there. They're almost better off without it. If you take away the internet, you'll find employees again. Yeah, but you're competing where you can't compete. How do you compete when a kid's making $100 a night in Super Chats or $300 a night in Super Chats? Like I said, your goal isn't to get rich, to get famous. Your goal is to make enough to not work. And that threshold is different. Now, this guy I showed you was a waiter 6 months ago. Now he doesn't have to wait tables anymore. Another man I watched was a college professor. So that guy's threshold was different. It's different for each person. But it's taking people out of the workforce. As more people get the big idea of going on social media, they don't have to make that much. Just make enough to not work. Make enough to make their car insurance, your utility bills, not work as much even. Go down to part-time. That's the point I'm trying to get across. All right, this is the end of part 2. Get ready for part 3. We're going to go more in depth. And hopefully we can get to the Dr. Phil show and show you what happened there, what that Gen Z kid had to say. Thank you.